Thank you, Chairman Whitfield, and thank you for agreeing to have this joint hearing with the Subcommittee on Commerce, Manufacturing, and Trade, along with the Energy Subcommittee. So, the Environmental Protection Agency's proposal to further reduce the National Ambient Air Quality Standard for ozone represents perhaps one of the most costly regulations that the agency has ever imposed upon the United States economy. And it's a recurring theme with the administration, an unprecedented and overly burdensome regulatory proposal, while there's still ongoing debate about the science and the public health benefits of enacting such a rule. So again, I want to thank my counterpart on the Energy and Power Subcommittee, Chairman Whitfield, and I want to thank our panel of witnesses for joining us today to talk about both of our subcommittees' work on the impact of the EPA's proposed ozone rule on manufacturing. The simple fact remains that this type of regulatory overreach may be injurious to America's families and jobs. As a physician, the health of all of our citizens is of significant importance to me as well as everyone on the committee. And we know from other conversations occurring throughout this committee, the cost of health care is a real concern for Americans. However, I have reservations about the science and the analysis utilized by the Environmental Protection Agency to support the proposed rule and whether it would be effective. The 43,000 comments filed with the Environmental Protection Agency about the proposed rule demonstrates that there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of activity, and there may not be a lot of certainty. There is important debate that needs to occur to identify the actual benefits to justify the effect on job creation. I've written to the Environmental Protection Agency on several occasions over the past few years on issues relating to the rule, most recently regarding the Clean Air Scientific Advisory Committee's evaluation of the risks and the trade-offs of the ozone proposal. I remain concerned about the scientific process utilized by the Environmental Protection Agency to draw a causal inference about the impact of lowering the National Ambient Air Quality Standard from 75 parts per billion by as much as 5, 10, or 15 parts per billion. Given that the implementation for the regulations for the 2008 standard of 75 parts per billion were only finalized earlier this year, what will be the proposed rule's impact on states and localities that are already dealing with non-attainment, including counties around the Washington metropolitan area and counties in the North Texas area? The National Association of Manufacturers estimates that for Texas, this rule could result in 300,000 lost jobs and almost $1,500 drop in annual household consumption. When there are disincentives to investment in a local economy, either from businesses looking to build and expand or from families trying to make ends meet, we have to pay attention. We have to ask the tough questions. There are going to be a lot of questions for the EPA and for our witnesses today. I'm focused on learning about the expected impacts of the EPA's proposed rule and the effect on public health. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield back the time.